So we're back with the Volca bass here, and I've got this hook that we made in the previous video. So we're going to look now at getting this, recording this into Logic, and then what we can do with the audio once it's recorded in. So one thing I was actually going to do, because the Volca bass is 16 steps on the sequencer, but I was going to, as we record, tweak around with some of the active step that we looked. So we're taking some of the steps out of the sequence and putting them back in. By doing this, we can create a 32 step sequence, a 64 step sequence, an ever-changing sequence as long as we want. So I've got 16 bars here set up, so I'm going to record 16 bars. And something I notice is when you play this back, it's pretty much in time. But as soon as I hit record, actually arm the audio track to record. The time is slightly different, so you can tweak this. Go to our MIDI settings again, MIDI sync project settings, delay transmission. So if you're recording and it's out of time, change this, move this around until you get it a bit closer. So shortening this or going into the minor seems to get things a bit tighter. That's pretty good. Okay, so delete that. So I'm going to record, and I'm also going to, whilst we're recording, mess around with this active step just to get quite an interesting sequence. So okay, so we've got our audio in there, and we could just use that audio as say select a new audio channel now, and take off the input monitoring and record enable. And we actually don't want to have it as reading any of the inputs. Move this audio down here. Mute these the audio where the Volca bass was coming in. So. And that would be fine, but you might have to tweak some of the timing in there. You know, it's not perfectly in time. You could always do something like flex it very quickly, quantize some of it if you wanted to. But something I like to do in this case is, although I love the sound from the Volca bass, a great sound, but if you didn't necessarily want that 303 vibe, but you just wanted something to create some cool grooves or sequences with, I've take this piece of audio and record it into Melodyne. So load up Melodyne here, hit transfer, and I'm recording the audio into Melodyne here. Going to record that full 16 bar sequence. Whether we want it all or not is another thing. Okay, so we recorded that 16 bars in here, and what it's done is analyze the notes that we're playing in that sequence. So these are all the notes in that sequence, and very quickly I can go to these settings here, save as MIDI. I'm just going to save it on my desktop. Just call it 303 hook. Okay, mute Melodyne now, mute this audio channel, load up a software instrument, and let's load up something with a nice fat sound. So Bazille, it's got Bazille loaded up now. Load up a nice bass patch on here. That's pretty nice, and we could always change that at a later stage. And this MIDI hook that was created, the 303 hook, just drag this on here, and there we've got our hook. We could highlight all of this and quantize it. So just hit Command and A and then hit Q to quantize it. Or even if you wanted to keep this bass line and you wanted a lead sound to complement it, you know, we could do that as well. You know, just convert it into a lead or maybe a chord, nice minor chord. Need to sort out some of the timing there, but you get where the approach I'm taking there. So it's just a nice way of getting some quite unique hooks into your DAW. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.